You're listening to MRP, the Metal Robot Podcast.
Let's talk about that album, though, and why it was so anticipated. 6 years in the making, and partly because, the promo even mentioned this, your producer kind of just fucked off and left you guys with only 10% left to finish. So, spill the tea. It's tea time with Tom. What happened here?
Well, I'll say as much as I want to without getting petty, I guess.
Okay.
Because, like, you know,
yeah.
If first of all, there were two producers. One of them did not screw us over.
Ooh,
the other one did.
Guy.
The one who did not ghost us and screw us over, who actually kind of rescued the album, is Mazen, who was also the drummer on the album. And then there was another guy who shall remain nameless.
Of course.
And who also did amazing work on the album for the tracking process. And it was just that, he left us hanging with I estimated 10% because that felt like what we had to sort of make up at the end with other people to sort of fill in the gaps. But it was literally like one final page of notes, and we thought he was dead or something. Like I emailed his boss and like all that. Like I was like, is he just dead? I don't really
among the living. Is he breathing?
I don't really know, and it's like whatever. That's his journey, I guess. He's not dead as far as I know.
Okay.
But that was just the last like 2 years of the wait, because there was a whole ass global pandemic right in the middle, which a lot of people took that time to make things. And so it doesn't really feel like a valid excuse for us, because like a lot of people were like, oh, I have time now. Meanwhile, but like, it screwed up a lot of things, and we all got really busy, and it just kind of fell to the back burner. And then it was like a lot of little things that kept it from getting across the finish line. In the meantime, we still released singles.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that we were surely going to release the whole album.
Well, because I know Purgatory, that came out in 2019, correct?
Yeah, or I think maybe even 2018. But I don't know. Yeah, so, well, exactly. So you might think, how could it have come out in 2018? You said you started recording in 2019. Initially, it was not going to be an album. We were going to do a 3-song EP that included the tracks Where the Edges Meet, Push That Rock, and Purgatory. Push That Rock is like, it's a song in its own, but it just rolls right into Purgatory.
Yeah.
Rolls, get it? But you got a soundbite for that.
Of course I've got a soundbite. but ADHD plus soundboard plus living on the fucking dream, baby. And we got it. We got this show in a nutshell.
And so we recorded those 3 tracks like separately, kind of. We just did them, got it done, released Purgatory and Edges Meet, and then like we at some point decided that it should be a whole album, and I don't really know why. It might have just been kind of scope creep in a way. Also, I think we just got ambitious, which can be good. I mean, ambition is sort of everything. It's the difference between me being like, I guess I like playing music, and putting something out. Because if you're not, you're just never gonna do it. You'll never put anything out. But 14 tracks and 6 years later, I kind of wish that we just started with that EP and then like maybe made a second EP that was a continuation. But anyway, so we, then expanded it. And I think the other thing too is that I really latched on to the concept, and I kept writing things that were about the same thing. And as you may have read in our press releases and all of that, like it really became a life imitating art and just kind of like back and forth with that. Because the harder it got to do anything, the more I wanted to write about how hard it is to make things. And initially, right, it's sort of autobiographical in a sense. I am not the ancient Greek tyrant of myth, Sisyphus. Okay, I've never done anything as terrible as he has.
Good to know. That's a very checkered past right there, Trey.
Yeah.
You're admitting here.
No. But it's what's known in art as a metaphor, a simile, perhaps, allegory. But I was in a way just like letting go of how sort of badly I did a lot of things before, mostly musically in the band, doing things that just didn't take off the way I imagined that they would or whatever. And just realizing that if I wanted to move on with my life and continue to make music, I had to really forgive myself for those mistakes and let it go. And it kind of became this like constant exercise in just letting myself be okay, like with fucking up and not, and just the process and the struggle of creating things, which to me is everything. That's the single most important thing. It's the best part of it. I mean, anyone who makes music knows that, like, when you're done actually making the music, it's just a bunch of logistical shitty things that suck to do. There's some fun things. Like sometimes you get to be on cool podcasts like this one. This is fun for me. But like I had to sort of stop worrying about what would come of it and what would happen or whether or not it was going to be successful or whatever. And that is what pushing the boulder up the hill became, instead of this idea of it being like a punishment. I was like, really? We kind of just go from one purgatory to the other. And the best part is that we get to push this rock over and over again. And sort of reframed it in my mind. But it was also the definition of scope creep. And so we turned it into an album. And in a way, it is a little bit easier to write a concept album because I didn't have to come up with 14 completely different ideas. 12 really, because 2 of them are instrumental. But like I didn't have to come up with a bunch of different ideas for songs. It's all one cohesive story. And it's a topic that I really cared about, that I had a lot to say about. And so I just kept going. And I think it turned out pretty great. I'm extremely happy with it, in spite of or because of the immense struggle that it took to make it happen. It turned out exactly how I wanted it to.
You just listened to MRP.